Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack here, obviously. I haven't uploaded in a while, but I thought I'd come along real quick on this fine Monday evening and just do a little discussion and deck profile on the current state of Purrely in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG meta. I think this deck is really slept on right now. It feels very strong, and no one is citing the cards to beat it, which is the biggest advantage to this deck. I think it's a bit of a sleeper pick. It's quite good. It feels very strong. It feels exactly the same as it used to, except people don't just eclipse you or kaiju you anymore. So it feels really nice on that part. So with that being said, I'll just get straight into the deck profile and go through the card by card choices that I make. And yeah, discuss as we go along. Alright, deck profile time. So I just recorded this and it didn't work, so that's a bit frustrating. But like I did say, this is the exact profile, exact list I used to go 5-1 at our OTS Championship here in Melbourne, Australia, coming second place at that event yesterday on Sunday. And the day beforehand, I went 4-2 with a very similar deck list, same main deck, same extra deck, just different side cards that really lost me the game there sometimes. So I think this is close to a very strong list. Yeah, I'll just go straight into it. So we obviously play 3 copies of Purrely. This is like the deck. It's the Purrely deck, obviously. 3 monsters, so you can like go through 3 in a turn and not feel bad about it. You just need to play 3. 3 Lily. 3 is required. 2 is not an option. Very bad if you play 2. This is like a 1-card combo to your board, obviously. So you want to play 3. Going second, you can side out 1, so you have more room for non-engine and hand traps. But going first and in the main deck, you have to play 3. There's no other option, realistically. Then 3, My Friend Purrely. Just a good card in your deck. It's 3 more copies of pretty much any other card in your deck and is a lot of follow-up and recursion when your Xyz monster gets outed. We've got 3 Stray Purrely Street as well. Field Spell is very strong in this deck. It's the only it's one of the only reasons you'd play this deck right now, because it's so strong. The targeting protection is crazy. A little bit of recursion when they add your Xyz monster, and lets you OTK because you can't get interrupted by like Princess, Vela, that kind of thing. It's really strong. 1 copy of the trap. You don't need 2. You just need 1. It's fine. It's whatever. You never use it more than once. And you can always search it with Lily or with Purrely Noir. It's fine. 1 Delicious, like the best extra deck monster, apart from Noir. But it's obviously at 1, so you can't play more than that. Same idea with Sleepy. Like, you just want to max out on quick plays, but it's at 2, so it's whatever. 3 Pretty. I think this is the best quick play right now. Beauty's just really strong. Ending on like Beauty pass with hand traps just feels fine, so it's whatever. It's probably what you land on most of the time anyway. Happy lets you OTK going second. Really good into Labyrinth and like any randoms playing Unchained now, so it's like whatever. Good card. Then Consistency, we got 2 Prosperity. You can cut this, it barely comes up. Your deck's consistent enough anyway. And yeah, you can cut it for more hand traps, it's whatever. 1 Call by the Grave. This card is amazing, obviously. And then for the hand traps, we have 3 Ash. It's just very standard. 3 Bell, because Labyrinth is like the most impossible matchup for this deck for some reason, it feels like. So you just want to play a main deck out to that, realistically. It's good against Branded. It's good against like Snake Eye on Flamberge, that kind of thing. It has like other applications other than Labyrinth in the meta, but Labyrinth is the main reason you play it. I just don't want to die to the random guy playing Lab at a YCS, that's all. Then 3 Nibiru. Pretty standard this format, just good against the Snake Eye decks. 3 Vela, more hand traps in a hand trap format to stop the Snake Eye decks, and then you can just kill them next turn. Works against any other deck, 2 obviously. And then 3 Vela, 3 Imperm, exact same reasoning as Vela. It's basically just 3 more copies of it. It's the main deck, 40 cards, flat 40. Some things you change, like you can cut the Prosperity, wherever it is. The Prosperity for more hand traps, but that's about it. Maybe Droll, I don't know. Do what you want. Extra deck, yeah, fucking tokens, whatever. 1 Purrely Noir. This is to get the trap. Also, it's okay going second to just bounce cards. You bounce 2 at a time by discarding 1. Trades nicely for value, I suppose. Clear back row and then OTK them after that. 1 Plump. This card is really good to make Noir with. Obviously, you can attach your opponent's spells and traps, which is relevant into Snake Eye decks and Branded decks and Labyrinth. And the Mirror, obviously, which, again, you won't play much of, but it's whatever. Yeah, very good card. Gets very big. The non-target banish is really good going second. Yeah, very good card. Beauty, like I said, you play 2 now. You always should have played 2, I think. I was playing 1 for a bit, but going to 2 feels fine, because this feels like your end board most of the time. Like Beauty, hand traps, you have your negate off Beauty, and then you steal your opponent's cards on the crackback. It feels really strong. Then 2 Happy. Like, you can play 1 of this, but I don't know why you would. Just play 2. It's fine. In case you need to attack to search cards, and then add everything back, and then the next turn OTK with it after. I guess at that point it's not an OTK, but kill them with it after. That's fine. The identity of the deck, we play 2 Purrely Noir. I mean, it's just like standard, right? There's no reason you play any less than this. It's your boss monster that you want to get to every single game, if you can. 1 Ensemble Robin. It's okay. Probably cut this for the Sylvan. It feels really bad. I haven't made it yet. That just doesn't come up enough. 1 Downed Magician. Makes your Zeus's bigger. That's all it exists for. Double Divine Arsenal. Double A Zeus Sky Thunder. This card is pretty good. You can cut the second one, I think, for a Dark, and that would be better. You have to try that though, but this worked just fine. I never needed the second there. 1 Sky Crisis Typhon. Yeah, it's just a good card. Your opponent uses all their interruptions to stop your plays and stop themselves from dying, and then you just slap Typhon on the field, bounce something against like Branded, and then pass and pray. It's like your last ditch effort, so it feels really bad when you have to summon this, but sometimes it saves you the game. 1 Anima, when you put Nibiru in their Anima zone, or sometimes they just play into it. You just play like level 1s, so you summon this guy, and you take the stuff if they play into it, or you make SP with it. And then obviously SP, just banish the follow-up from their graveyard, banish cards from their field that could be problematic. That sort of thing. That's really calm and chill. So yeah, that's the extra deck, and then let's get onto the side deck real quick. So in this format, I've decided to side 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is really good into Fire King, Voiceless Voice, and Labyrinth, and then obviously other random decks that you'll play against. Yeah, just banishing a card feels really strong. Like Labyrinth, when they set things in your end phase, just get rid of it, or Fire King Island, it's whatever, blows up their field. Cool card. 3 DD good into Voiceless, good into Labyrinth, good into the Mirror, which you're, again, never going to play. And yeah, so decent into other decks, just random combo decks that need their graveyard. The one guy that still plays tier, I guess, at your locals. 3 Solemn Strike. This probably shouldn't be Strike. This should probably just be a different going first card. Maybe a Summon Limit or whatever, but I don't know. I think I'd prefer Solemn Judgment over this, but it's fine. Let's make do with what we got. This worked really well. Stopped a lot of Black Witches, stopped a lot of summons from occurring that would threaten Noir. Just hold it for things that threaten Noir. And you don't need to stop spells and traps anymore, like Judgment used to, because no one's activating Herald the Abyss on you. It's never happening. 3 Gravekeeper's Inscription. This card is really strong right now. You play it into Fire King, mainly just Fire King and Snake Eye, but you know, it lasts until the end of the next turn. So what you're doing as Fire King is you activate this, and then you Cosmic the field spell, and then everything blows up, and they get no follow-up from it, because they can't activate any graveyard effects. Yeah, all 3 effects on this card do not bother our deck at all, except for the second effect, which you can't banish from graveyard, but it only stops the Yeep shuffling back, so you just don't do that for another turn, and then you win next turn anyway. For those who don't know, it has 3 effects on it. Start of the main phase, they last, and you activate at the start of the main phase, and it lasts until the end of the next turn. There's Abyss Dweller, there's Lancier, and there's, like, you can't summon from the graveyard, so it's really strong. It's good against Branded too. And then the last 3 cards, because we don't care about our monsters going to the banish zone, we just want our spells and traps in the graveyard at any given time. 3 Div Fissure lets you go first. You side this into, like, Snake Eye or Fire King, and they, like, can't play half the time. And then it also obviously protects you from Droll and Veiler, because they cannot send cards to the graveyard. So yeah, it feels really strong in that regard. Anyway, that is the deck profile. Like I said, that's the exact list I went 5-1 with yesterday. And then 3-1 with tonight. The 5-1 yesterday was at the an OTS champ here in Melbourne, so I came second place with that. And a similar list, exact same main deck and extra deck that I played on the Saturday in a different OTS champ, I went 4-2 with, and the losses were due to the side deck, I would say, in which case the Cosmics were not in the deck, they were replaced with Danko Sekar, and the Strikes were not in the deck, they were replaced with something else that was really bad. Might have been, I can't remember. But Danko Sekar was not the move. Was never the move. But anyway, yeah, Purrely is a sleeper deck this format. Feels really good to play. No one's siding for it. Bunch of advantages to playing it. And yeah, thanks for watching.